Welcome back to Severed Sons, everyone! We are a Frostmaiden actual play D&D podcast, and we are excited to bring you tales of the Frozen North and the everlasting Rime. My name is Ron Murphy, Dungeon Master, and around the virtual table we have...
Hey, it's me, it's Paul. Nice to see you.
Hey guys, it's Ross.
Hey everybody, it's Blake.
Hey y'all, I'm Josh.
Yo, it's Zach.
Hi, it's Claire.
Awesome!
Lady alert.
Lady
Lady alert.
For context, whenever Ron presses record on Zoom.
Lady warning.
Lady warning.
Lady warning. That's even worse, I think.
A woman's voice scares us all by and says, recording in progress. And so he always gives us a lady warning.
Yeah, I should start doing that before I log
If you use Zoom, you know what I'm talking about.
That's true.
Okay, here's my drink for the people on the Discord. My drink of a year-old pumpkin beer.
Yeah.
So
Good luck.
Has it been cellared? Is it safe?
no, it's been in the fridge for the whole year.
I mean,
so
it's cold.
tastes good.
It works.
That scares me.
Wow.
I've got Pedialyte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hydrate.
Okay, if everyone's ready, let's begin tonight's episode of Severed Sons, episode 34, Destruction's Light, Shinobi's Choice. Last time, you finished preparations for the oncoming dragon attack in Targos. The Charlatan dragon was arriving from the west, and you picked your locations within the city carefully. Spitz with the Javelineers, Trax and Valen staying with the ballistae that was mounted on the ridge overlooking the town, Bryn standing directly in the dragon's path, and the rest of you at an intersection nearby, ready to move at a moment's notice. The dragon landed, destroying several buildings with its immense bulk. Bryn, you drew its attention, causing it to rush at you. Spitz, you maneuvered the Javelineers to the dragon's flank. As the attack began, invisible Duragar attacked and destroyed one of the ballista, killing its operators. Valen and Trax moved to intercept the Dark Dwarves, as Kai, Donaar, and Fang ran to join the fray. As the dragon attacked the Turtle Warrior, you noticed a grievous wound in the construct's side, with a great club trapped under one of the rocky scales. Valen and Trax made short work of the Duragar before they could murder any more of the militia operating the two remaining ballista. The dragon, distracted by the javelins, focused on the barbarian. The radiant breath weapon fired, hurting Spitz and routing the Javelineers. You all converged on the dragon, striking it up close and from afar. As you dealt the beast a great amount of damage, the construct leapt into the air, flying away, dislodging the bloody great club, and banked south. Bryn and Donaar recognized the weapon as belonging to the speaker of Caer Kodig, Trovis. You gave chase, but the dragon flew too swiftly, flying over the walls of Targos and setting its sights on Bryn Shander. Kai, upset at the dragon getting away yet again, gave chase, sprinting ahead of the rest of the party. As you made the short trek to the largest of the 10 towns, the blizzard hit, sending Kai off the path and straight into an ambush of undead Coldlight Walkers. After escaping the Coldlight Walkers, you arrived at a Bryn Shander under siege. You made your way into the center of town, and Kai, you took to the rooftops overlooking the central plaza. As Kai spied the great worm to the north, you looked down into the crowded plaza, where you spotted your ex-lover, being led through the throng of panicking citizens by an imposing and familiar-looking beast of a man. What do you do, Kai? You just hear screams to the north. You hear people dying, and you hear the dragon has not landed. It has been flying and making strafing runs over the city.
How high?
It basically flies up to about 300 to 500 feet. Will make a dive for a swath of the town, breathing its breath weapon, and then fly back up for another 300 to 500 feet above the city.
And I imagine that everything is in slow motion for me right now.
Right now, yes. Dramatic music is playing.
How far away am I from where the dragon is?
So it's almost directly north of you, about 4 city blocks away.
And how far away are they?
They are, you're currently at a central plaza, and they are heading south but they are right here on the eastern edge of the plaza, and you're on a rooftop of a building on the western edge of the plaza, several hundred feet away. The dragon is about 500 feet away to the north.
So I feel like for a moment, all the calamity and screams and yells just kind of go hush on me.
Mm-hmm.
Kai goes into tunnel vision onto Ryan and the man, and then
The man is a large, hulking, like at least 7 foot tall, almost as wide as he is tall. Huge muscles, a red shock of hair, huge beard.
Kai's gonna take a knee. He's gonna look to Ryan and see if she has anything on her, like weapons or anything like that.
She's wearing a cloak. Make a perception check.
That's a 10.
You can't tell from this distance, and also you just see people kind of like dodging in front of them, so it's really difficult to see at this distance. Also, she's wearing winter clothes. She's changed clothes since you've last seen her.
Okay. Then Kai's gonna close his eyes for a moment. Stand up. He'll take one step towards them before pivoting and running up the street towards the dragon.
Okay. The rest of you are running up the avenue toward the northeast, toward the plaza. People are just rushing by you. You see people coming out of their homes, like just holding as many belongings as they possibly can and trying to get out of the city. It's a madhouse. The dragon is just starting at the north end of town and destroying everything in sight, killing anything that moves. Get out while you can. It's just like, get out, get out, get out. You overhear somebody in the distance shouting, "The militia's headed to the north. Any able-bodied men, aid them. Go, go, go." What do the rest of you do?
Well,
Are we still on dog sleds?
Yes, I can't.
no, we
remember.
had to go over the gate.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
we
that's
opened
right.
the gate though.
We went over the date, but we opened
I
it
think
and
we
let
got
them
Oh, that's
in
right.
so
That's
we
right. That's
could-
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is as you're getting closer to the main plaza, it's just that
It's
there's
getting
really
yeah.
they're not really making room for you because people are not watching. So it's getting to where you're almost going to have to like get off the dog sleds now.
Weird. Spitz is gonna try to beeline as close as she can get to the dragon as fast as she can to start throwing
Same.
javelins.
Okay.
I'm just gonna Trax is gonna hitch a ride on someone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have little feet.
Spitz will just- Come on.
Fang will cast another Steps of the Night and head up to the rooftops, probably nearish Kai here, that direction.
As you do that, make a perception check. The blizzard is really like make it at disadvantage because the blizzard's actually like really coming down hard on the town now.
It's
You thought for a second you saw like some motion on one of like a rooftop far away, but it could have been just a blast of snow. Let's do this in sections. Everybody move to, you're currently in this city block here. Move to this city block. And Kai, you're slightly ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
Like you watch Kai as the clouds and the snow are so low to the ground now that the dragon actually like goes into the cloud bank and behind all the like the flurries and just the coming down just so hard and blinding everybody. Technically, your vision, all of your vision is obscured now. So it's any sort of perception roll is now at disadvantage that involves sight. The dragon, you see the dragon Kai dive down under the clouds, its mouth open, a yellow hot beam of light coming out, and you just hear people screaming and dying along a city street, and the beam rakes up on a building, and the building starts like
How far away is it at that point?
it is currently here. It's about a few buildings to the east.
Yeah, I still don't got it.
So basically what's happening is that it came down here, and it looks like it's kind of like flying away, making a circle, and either coming back down to like from right to left, east to west, and then like turning around and going west to east.
Yeah, I'm gonna try, as I'm running, I'm trying to make an educated guess at what its pattern is by judging what buildings haven't been destroyed yet and what its flight
Okay.
pattern is.
Okay. Make an investigation check at disadvantage because of the blizzard.
Investigation, disadvantage. 10.
A few minutes later, you think that it's going to come down closer to the plaza. And as you look down, like you're looking down at the north end of the plaza, you've lost sight of Ryan and the man. But the dragon appears in underneath the clouds further east. Right here. What did the rest of you do?
Still booking it. If it's heading east.
Yeah, it seems to be
It's just
like
gonna keep running
I've
east.
got my bow out ready to fire as soon as I get any sort of sight on it. Even if it's just like a cloudy light beam, I would take a shot if it's within range.
It looks like this block of buildings directly north of the plaza looks like completely destroyed. And it looks like it's heading toward the east now. Everybody move to like this, the area where my ping is. It's like those 2 city blocks right there.
As we move, Fang, his main priority right now is to keep everybody in sight with the dwindling sight lines. Yeah, vision.
Yeah.
And as they move, he just yells out, "We have to get its attention! It is too busy destroying! We have to stop it!" And with that, he casts light on his mace as he flies from rooftop to rooftop, and he's just got like a light with him, like a torch.
Dope.
Okay. Kai, the Charlotte Dragon appears below, almost like directly east of you, and it's heading your way. It looks like it's diving down to about 90 feet to use its breath weapon.
Perfect.
And it doesn't look like it's seen you, but it looks, Fang, you look up and the shining bright light, like illuminating, like your high beams in like a snowstorm.
Oh, yeah.
It's
like glow, like suddenly, vroom, and the dragon like lifts its head and kind of like, and it looks like it's coming down. It looks like it's going to try to aim its breath weapon at you as it flies by.
Me?
You all,
Okay.
It looks like it's kind of like went down like it was going at one of the buildings, sees the light that you're beaming at it, and looks like it's flying directly at you. Kai, you're going to get your attack off first.
Do I get a full turn?
This is a full range of actions.
All right.
Yes, full turn. I'm not going to roll initiative yet because what's happening here, and guys, this happened with y'all. This is one of the ones that Blake wasn't here for, because the dragon is flying in. Like, you can get your attacks off before he gets close enough to make his attacks.
All right. Then as soon as he's within 90 feet, I'm going to use my bonus action to put my hex on him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast a firebolt at him.
Okay. Roll to hit.
That's a nat 1.
Okay. The firebolt. It looks like the second you cast the hex and you see like that familiar magic kind of settle in, helping you focus in on the dragon, and your firebolt just goes wide as a burst of like snow suddenly like blinds you for a second and you just miss completely.
And also, for the record, he'll have disadvantage on strength checks.
It flies over your head, Kai, and it looks like it's Fang's up on top of the building. The rest of you on the ground, like you see it coming for you, Fang, and the rest of you on the ground, because you're in between the buildings, you may not be able to see it. Fang, do you say something about the approaching dragon?
Yes, I'll just say. I was waiting for everyone to stop talking. I didn't want to interrupt. Good. That's just incoming. He yells.
Okay.
No.
The dragon is approaching. What the rest of you can get missile whip. It's above about 90 feet in the air.
Perfect.
Kind of like
Bryn immediately takes his eyes to the sky.
Okay. It flies overhead. Everybody can get a missile attack if you have the range to get those attacks off.
Boom. That's going to be a 22 for Trax.
You said
Okay, what are you using?
My lightning launcher.
Lightning launcher. Okay.
And that's going to do 7 points of damage. Because it's just one attack, right?
If the dragon lands, then we'll roll initiative, but because it's basically you're waiting for the dragon to get here.
Well, okay, so let me...
How far is the dragon from me on the rooftops, would you say, when it swoops?
I'm going to say, like, you're here, the dragon's like, everybody's right here on that city street, and the dragon's going overhead, then 100 feet? Oh, like 50 feet away.
Fine. Still too far for me, for my plan, but that's fine.
So you can hold an
Ron,
action if you want, so...
I'm
Ron, I
going-
supercharged my... Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead. No, do it. You're done. You're not
I was
done.
going to say, I supercharged my first attack, so the total is 10 on the first one, and then I missed the second one.
Okay.
Fang is going to, you say he's about 50 feet away. As he's swooping downward, would you say, toward the buildings?
He's kind of like more parallel with the rooftops now, because he's aiming right for this great beam of light that's in his path.
So with my walking / my flying speed of 30 feet, I couldn't get within 10 feet of him.
If you want to move closer, yeah, you can do that.
Okay, cool.
Because basically you're holding your action as he gets close.
Then I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Spirit Shroud, which is the one where all of the like faceless, detailless bodies just appear all around me of different races. But this time they don't look so bright light. They look like a dwarf star, like red, and that black cracking, like kind of magma vibe to it. And he's going to use what is left of his Steps of the Night to hurl himself upward to get within 10 feet of the dragon as it swoops.
Mhm.
And then as he's
Okay.
up there, a level 1 guiding bolt.
Okay.
That's a natural 20.
Hey,
Nice! Yeah!
Rest of the night.
It's now going to be 8d6 instead of 4d6. That's just a level 1.
Roll those by the mic.
4, 5. Oh, shit. Okay. 6, 12, 18, 20, 25, 29, 30, 33 points of... It is radiant damage, and that's fine, whatever. Now, so glittering light, next person has advantage, and with my spirit shroud, one of the bodies will say a nice big dragonborn, like cracking black and red, just shoots toward the dragon to do 2 more points of damage. But last time it was radiant. With these bodies, it is necrotic, and that'll be his turn.
Does anybody else have any missile weapon attacks that are going off?
Yeah, definitely.
You have
Spitz, do you want to go first, or?
whoever does has an
Oh,
advantage.
Would you let me hold an action until it's within 60 feet?
It's currently 90 feet off the ground.
Okay, never mind then. I'm just
It's
gonna
kind of
do
flying
this.
parallel to the ground. It's not really coming
Yeah,
down
yeah,
to
yeah.
land, really. So.
Word. It misses.
I
I rolled a
Did you
2
have-
No.
for
Did
a
you
Did you
9.
get
use
the
advantage?
No, I didn't. Oh! Then it's a 22 to hit?
that hits.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
This is using your javelins.
Yes. For 7 points of piercing. She snarls a lot at it.
Get out of my yard.
Goliath curses the sky.
I know, she's just mad. Just
Okay.
mad.
Anybody else?
Yeah,
Brune?
Brune's got his 2 arrows knocked, and he's gonna loose them at him. It's a 24 and a 23 to hit.
Ooh.
Both hit.
Oh my god, I rolled 2d8s and got 2 1s.
Oh,
so
no.
a total of
That's the
4
worst.
piercing damage.
That's tragic.
Woof.
Donaar's going to take a short bow shot at disadvantage.
Okay.
Once again, copying Brune's style to the best of his ability.
Turtle style.
That's an 8 to hit, so
It's a
that's a
miss.
no.
Okay. The arrow just kind of boom into the side of a building. And that's everybody? Okay, the dragon swoops by Fang, and it's going to... Fang, I'd like you to make Did you ever make a wisdom saving throw against this dragon? You never got close enough, did you?
Actually, I think I might have last
I think you
time, but I
did
don't.
once.
I don't truly remember, but I think I did.
Has it been more than 24 hours since you did that?
Oh,
Was
God,
it in Targos
we
or
were-
was it in...
Oh God, I'm so behind on my notes. Hold on.
Was it in Targos or was it
I
elsewhere?
don't
Was it in East
remember.
Haven?
I truly don't remember. I'm sorry.
I don't think I don't think you got close to the dragon in Targos.
I don't think we did.
I think
Because
it was
I
only
did.
just
Anybody
Spitz
did.
and Bryn.
Yeah, Spitz and Brune were the only people who got close.
And Donaar too.
Because it was more than 24 hours, I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
You got it. 11.
Okay. You are charmed by the dragon, and you feel this intense urge to kill anything that is trying to harm the dragon. In your eyes start glowing this like dark purple light, and you are pissed. Here in a second, after the dragon does its flyby, I'm going to roll initiative for this, okay?
Okay.
The dragon, and that was just like a natural, it can still get its attacks off. As it flies by, it makes 2 claw. Actually, no, because it noticed that you're charmed, so it's not going to attack you. So
Well,
it flies by without harming you, banks to the left, and starts flying south. And you see pieces of it kind of disintegrating, like it's just kind of raining Chardalyn pieces on the city below. Roll initiative, everyone.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay, Brune, what do you get?
A 9.
9. Kai,
16.
Trax,
21.
nice. Fang,
7.
Donar,
Natural 1 for a 4.
oh,
I'm at ones tonight.
Spitz,
Nat 20
Hey.
nice.
for 22,
Nice.
also known as a Nachi Yeet.
Yeet.
I'm scared and confused.
Okay, Spitz. You haven't really seen. You heard Fang shout out, but in the snowstorm, you don't see Fang at all.
Yeah, Spitz is still just eyes on the dragon. If she can get a second javelin throw, she'll go for it.
Yeah, you kind of
That's
see like
way.
the wings kind of beating. It looks like it's flying into the plaza. It's more like here than it is anywhere. You could maybe take a. What's your extreme range on javelin?
120.
Make an attack. You think you might
Okay.
be able to get it. Like it's right at 120, basically.
Yeah. That's an 11.
Nope.
Great. Then, not knowing the wiser, very much eyes on the prize, she's just gonna run after it.
Okay.
Fang's close enough to see that javelin miss, and if people can't see him, they just hear a laugh from up high. He thinks that's funny that they missed whoever that was.
Spitz is concerned, but still chasing the dragon.
Trax.
All right, I'm gonna take another shot. First one, 23.
Okay, that hits.
That's gonna be 4. Hey, that's much better. A 10 plus 6. Ooh, so 16. I'm gonna try it again. That's gonna be a 19.
19 hits.
Hey, that's gonna be for 7 points of lightning damage. Bam, bam, bam.
Stops.
Bap, bap.
Fang sees where that lightning is coming from, and you just hear, "Put down your arms!" And that's it. He sounds angry.
Okay. Yeah, you hear Fang coming from snow clouds above you. Kai,
What? Huh?
How high is he above us?
90 feet. And rising.
I'm gonna climb up on top of the building underneath him,
Okay, that'll be your action for the turn.
and I'm gonna use my bonus action to move my hex from the dragon to Fang.
You don't see Fang from where you are. It's too far away and there's too many clouds and snow.
On top of the building?
Where you are currently on the map. Yeah, because you're like one row over.
I mean, I guess I would climb up on that building.
Make a perception check, because
Okay.
yeah, this snow,
With
yeah,
disadvantage.
with disadvantage. What's happening is the dragon is displacing a lot of the snow, so that's how you're able to track it. It's so big. But a person.
16.
You think you see some black motes of light coming from where the voice came from.
I'm gonna shoot a fireball at it.
Okay. Roll at disadvantage.
I guess if it helps, it's not concentration or anything. My mace is lit for an hour.
Yeah, I guess that
I
is.
didn't drop it, so
So yeah, you see the light too. So
At disadvantage.
go ahead and roll another. It's a normal roll now. So the light helps.
That is a 17 to hit.
That definitely
Me?
helps. Yeah. Oh, Kai. Sorry. I was so okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm shooting at Fang.
What's Fang? What's your AC?
that's a miss. It's 19.
All right.
Okay. Anything else, Kai?
I'm gonna stay right there.
The dragon, flying low, its mouth sees the throng of people screaming in the plaza below, lets loose its breath weapon, raking, killing half a dozen people in the plaza below, and then launches into the air and starts rising, heading due south. So it gets about 90 feet away. Brune, your turn.
There's no indication of Fang's status, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
he
you
didn't,
see
like, change colors.
you can't get, you're not close enough to really.
Cool. Then, Brune's going to use dash for 60 feet of movement in what he perceives to be the dragon's direction towards the path that, like, isn't destructed yet.
Got it.
He's gonna try to get ahead of it again.
Okay, so you head to the south. You see it, the destruction it left onto the ground, and you see it flying away. It's only, because it was what I say, 180 away when it flew. What'd I say?
It was 120.
120,
for me, if you let
and it
me
moved 90, so it's currently at 210 away, and just up a little higher, maybe like up 100 feet in the air.
That's it.
Okay, Fang, what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
The urge is very bright in your brain.
Fang is just like growling quietly to himself as he slowly lowers down, ending his steps of the night. By this point, he lowers down to a roof near where he saw that lightning come from, which does that put me in sight of Trax?
Yes, it does.
Then Fang lands on the roof. He looks down at Trax and picks up from his waist that nobody saw him like unsheath his crossbow, and he points it right at him, and he just says through bared teeth, "You will pay for that transgression," and he fires the crossbow at Trax.
I'm sorry, what the fuck?
It's an 11 to hit.
No.
The crossbow bolt like hits the ground, like sticking out of the ground in front of you. Boing.
Ha ha, yes, very funny.
He says, "Consider that a warning. Ball bang," as he looks at everybody who's around Trax. And he's just baring his sharp teeth.
Okay.
I hope he's had his rabies shots.
That'll be it for me.
Trax, make a. Actually, everybody that's on the ground now that can see him because he's on the edge of the rooftop, make a perception check.
Can we all see him at this point?
Yeah, he came to the edge of the roof now, and make it a disadvantage because the snow is still kind of like blowing past.
I roll pretty badly anyway, so I'm just gonna say I failed.
Same.
That's a 9.
9.
I rolled another nat 20.
Oh my
but
God.
at disadvantage, it's 10.
Okay.
10 for me as well.
But it was on the same die. I got yeet twice. Wow.
Should I make one too, Ron?
Yeah,
See
because
if
I think so. You can make one. You can see him kind of like more fully.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage still, yes.
But 15.
15. Kai, you see this like black purplish light streaming from his eyes, and you've seen this before.
I knew it.
Okay.
With this charm, does my concentration, the spirit shroud, go away?
You still are in charge of what you want to do. You just have this urge to kill those who tried to kill the dragon.
Great. And I still have all of those bodies around me. They're just all facing you all as well from the top of the roof.
Whose turn was it? It was Donaar's, actually.
Would Donaar notice that black-purple look You said it was in Fang's eyes?
It's kind of like it's not really purple. It's sort of like that. You know how like something is so black it turns purple.
Yeah.
That it's not really a purple. It's just more of like a dark black.
Gotcha. Okay.
Would Kai have an idea that they were on the other side?
You've heard, they're loud. They're not being.
Then Kai would yell out, "Donaar, this is what we talked about."
So much has happened since then.
Knock him out.
Oh yeah, all right. Okay, so Donaar is going to find a way to get up to Fang. If he's climbing on things, climbing upstairs, climbing up walls, whatever the quickest route is.
Make a acrobatics or athletics roll to get up to the roof.
All right, they're both the same. Got this one. Oh, it's 17.
Okay, you get up there. You are about 30 feet away from Fang right now currently.
Okay. Would that have gotten rid of my walking speed doing that?
Yeah,
whatever the
I
con
think
was?
you would have used your entire because the buildings are kind of high enough.
Okay. So Donaar is going to knock another arrow in the short bow and point it at Fang and say, "Dude, you got to get your head right, man. I know something is in there that is not how it normally is. I don't want to have to shoot this, but I freaking will." Oh, that's so scary. Okay, God, all right.
Oh, sorry, Fang. At the end of your turn, you should have made a saving throw. Sorry about that.
Oh shit. Wisdom. I'm gonna shoot this liquid core up.
Oh, sweet.
Little blue one.
Ooh.
I did real bad with an 11 again.
Okay, you're still charmed. Okay,
I want a
All right.
chunky.
don't have to retcon anything. Let's see. So Donaar, you've got the short bow pointed at him.
And that's going to be a held action to go off if Fang attacks NA1. He should not be attacking.
Okay.
Because
got it.
Donaar doesn't know what's happening, but he knows it's bad.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
Top of the round, Spitz.
Because Spitz was watching that dragon as it was flying away and watched it murder a bunch of people in front of her, she's still just running south after the dragon.
Okay.
It's probably too far away, so she'll dash to get 60 feet.
It's still about 100 feet off the ground, but it looks like it's starting to bank up. And you see pieces of black rock just coming, like it's all things starting to come apart.
Good.
Okay, anything else, Spitz?
No, she's so mad.
Trax.
So I'm gonna see the dragon is heading south. Dash 70 feet. Not dash. No, I'm not gonna dash because I can still hit with my lightning launcher at disadvantage. So I'm gonna go 35 feet, and then.
Okay.
And this is kind of, he runs up. He's got his right hand is the lightning launcher, and he just runs up and he kind of throws it like a javelin kind of motion.
Mm-hmm.
Lowest is a 22.
Okay, that hits.
First one does 9 plus. First one does 11 points, and he's gonna try and do it again with the other arm.
As the
Damn,
lightning.
I got a nat 20, but it's disadvantage, so it was 18.
Okay, that actually hits. I think 17 AC. That is correct. Yeah, you hit. The first blast hits, and you just see like a big chunk of Chardolin fall and actually like crash into a roof, like impacting the roof and like caving in part of the roof.
Second one does 10 points of lightning damage.
I hate this thing.
Anything else, Trax?
He's gonna yell as the Chardolin falls down. He's gonna say, "No one touch that! Nobody touch that!"
Kai?
Who am I talking to? No one's.
How far away is Fang at this point?
Fang is, if you're up on this rooftop here, and he's on the edge of the roof here, so I think it's kind of cloudy corners. I'm going to say 70 feet.
Okay. I'm just gonna move up like 40 feet. And if I couldn't do it before, then I'm definitely gonna use my bonus action to put Hex on him this time.
Okay.
And he's got disadvantage on strength checks.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold my action to shoot a firebolt at him if he's hostile again.
Okay. The dragon pieces of it raining off, rises up another 50 feet and dashes to the south. You see from below, the dog sleds are kind of like fill-in state with the dog sleds. And you see what is the range of magic missile?
I think it's 120
120? Yeah, she's just
because
like...
I considered it.
Yeah, she kind of like... You see the dog sleds, and you see her kind of like getting the kobolds to kind of pilot the dog sleds as she's up. She's kind of pointing the magic wand in the air, and then you see her kind of cussing and putting it back, and then she goes and kicks one of the kobolds, like is cussing it out. Let's see, Bryn.
He's just gonna keep dashing. He knows it's only getting further, but I mean, there, as far as he's concerned, there's something else to do. As he's dashing, he's keeping a very close eye out for civilian survivors' calls for help. If he sees anybody, he's calling out to go to somewhere that's already been destroyed. If he hears any calls of help, he's gonna go to them.
Okay. There are a few... Make a perception check. There are a few people who are kind of like...
Or is that only like up in the sky?
It's really up in the sky because the wind's kind of like above the buildings, and like in between the buildings, it's kind of blocking some of the wind.
15.
You do see some people who are hurt but not dead from the dragon's last attack.
If I can, I will kind of veer off, run to them, make sure they can walk/run, and maybe I think I'd guide them back towards the direction that we came. Just trust me.
Okay.
Destroying the full things first. Go where there's already been destruction.
Okay. People you're helping are like very thankful, and they're all terrified. Actually, I'd like you to make a persuasion check to see if you can calm them down enough to listen to you.
That's a natural one for a 2.
Okay, they're just like screaming in your face, like terrified.
Then I'm gonna stay with them.
Okay, Fang, your turn.
Fang met Donaar's eyes and is still growling and snarling, but out of his peripherals saw Trax walk away, and so staring Donaar down, his arm follows Trax to the best of his ability with the crossbow, and he, as he's following Trax, he says, "My fight is not with you. It is him that struck the dragon." And with that, he turns his head and shoots his crossbow again at Trax. Now, how far away is Trax at this point?
Trax didn't move, I don't think. Did you? No.
I went 35 feet.
35, yeah.
Yeah.
35, yeah. So, great. So that's gonna be a 23 to hit.
That's
And
A Donaar,
it's gonna-
the held action can go off if you wish.
Yep, that's gonna happen.
Mine will too.
that is 3 points piercing.
what the shit?
So that short bow attack against Fang is a 17 to hit.
That misses.
Alright.
My firebolt is a 24.
That's
It's gonna be... Oh, I'm so sorry.
natural 20.
That
Great.
was no. It wasn't a nat 20. I just rolled double
20.
max.
Great. So 20 damage.
20 damage, fire, plus another 5 points necrotic.
Ouch.
Jesus Christ.
Damn. Okay.
Can't damage anybody else, but I can damage my friends.
Fang,
Fang drops to one knee with an up.
roll
As-
your charisma saving throw. Sorry, wisdom saving throw.
As he makes this next. I'm gonna shake up the liquid core. Hey, that is a 22.
And suddenly the blackness kind of fades from your eyes.
Yes, good.
Fang is on one knee right now, doubled over with singeing pain, and he's just. Then his breathing kind of comes to a stillness, and he looks up at Donaar with sad, kind eyes, and he says, "I'm so sorry."
It wasn't.
And doesn't give much time to just say, "Stay away." Tim is just angry now, but his eyes are normal again.
And to the south, you see the great wings of the dragon rising through the air, like blasting waves of snow and wind away from it as it's running away. Donaar, it's your turn now. We're just going to finish up the round.
Donaar is going to run up to Fang, taking his full 30. Also drop to one knee and say, "Bro, if any one thing wasn't your fault, it was this. It was the dragon, it wasn't you, and we know you're on our side." And Donaar's going to put a hand on his shoulder and say, "Smoke Sver and Smoke Vera," and cast Cure Wounds. Giving Fang... Oh, Max, an additional 12 HP.
Nice.
Rad.
Nice.
As he takes that, he says, "Thank you. I hope that Trax feels the same way."
Oh, wild card. We'll talk to him later.
He's just completely motionless with the crossbow bolt in his back.
You see a little spark, little like flame bursts of coming out. Before we get off initiative, I'm going to ask you, what would you like to do as a group?
Regroup.
The dragon is.
Rest.
The dragon is. Looks like it's flying south, rising up into the sky above the clouds, heading, you think, toward the fortress.
Donaar would seek out Kai on the ground and yell to him, "Yeah, what's the plan, Kai? What do you think?"
We rest.
"Yeah, alright."
The dragon disappears from sight, and you see people in the plaza looking up at you on the ground, and you up on the rooftops, and they're like shouting and cheering you, and like, "Saviors! Our saviors! They drove the dragon away!"
Oh, hold on. Huh.
Spitz is gonna start doing what Bryn's been doing, looking for anybody who's injured, helping
There's
where she can.
there's a lot.
I'm trying to consolidate people or hear for calls under rubble, like injured, get over
Yeah.
to this
Okay.
building.
Trax is
Spin them.
walking down the street going like, "Hey, you got it. No worries with us here. No, you're fine."
Trax, not the time.
Yeah, you see several people just completely burned alive, just their lives snuffed out. Many people hurt, injured, hideous burns.
I should read the
There's-
room.
The sobbing starts to kind of die down a little bit. The screaming goes on for a little bit longer. Off in the distance, you hear a couple of buildings collapse. Like suddenly it's like quiet for a second, but suddenly you'll hear wooden go, like burning wood, snap, snap, vroom, far to the north. You don't even know where. A lot of people just like shell shocked, walking around. You help who you can. There's a few militiamen come back from the north, a lot of them injured, and they're walking down towards the town's hall, which is marked on the map. What would you like to do?
Spitz would try to find the gang and say, I think we still have a bit of a problem with all of this shardolin everywhere.
Oh, that is a very good point.
Those of us who've already been exposed and are fine, should we start gathering it or tell people to stay away? I don't know what to do.
There's an awful lot. Maybe we should just tell people to stay clear of it, and we can have them deal with it later.
Valen rides up in her, the 3 dog sleds, finally making through all the people. She's like, I'm sorry I didn't have a spell that had the range to reach the dragon. I thought I could take it out, but is everybody okay?
I'm fine, except for the goddamn crossbow bolt in my back.
He hasn't met anybody's gaze since he climbed down off the building. He's very clearly ashamed and staying quiet.
Did the dragon shoot a crossbow at you?
And Fang speak up. He says, "No, that was me. I've, like Spitz said, I've first-hand experience what it can do to people's minds. It is not safe."
Donaar's got a hand on Fang's shoulder, and he's going to say, and that's something we know now that we didn't know before, and we can use it to our advantage moving forward.
Yes, I'm fine. It's fine. Yeah, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
And we'll look Trax dead in the eye and says, "I hope you know that that is not personal, and that was not me. But I am sorry."
But you maybe enjoyed it a little bit.
Neither say yay nor nay, but it was not.
I don't need to
it
insight
was
check
not
that
me.
because
that fired the crossbow.
Spitz will walk up to Trax, yank the arrow out,
Yeah, we-
and say, "Now shut up, you wee baby."
As you're helping clean, like doing what you can, Valin actually is like helping, like she's ordering her kobolds to like get rubble off of people, helping them, like trying to put out fires. She's helping where she can. You see to the south, the storm is still raging overhead. You see the snow kind of starting to coat the ceilings, and it's starting to work its way down in between the buildings, and people are just cold and freezing. But you see around the town hall, there's a ring, like making a perimeter of guards, some of them injured and hurt. And you see a guard, escorting a cranky looking gnome and a woman wearing this an older woman wearing a holy symbol of Lathander around her neck outside of her winter clothing, and they are escorted. You see them being escorted into the town hall.
I recognize that woman by any chance.
You do. It is Michonne. And the gnome is Copper Knobberknocker.
Oh, let's go.
This is going to be awkward. The last time I wasn't in the best state.
Are you now?
I'm sharp as a tack right now.
Knobberknocker, I believe, also asked us to check in on someone that we never did. So, what
Yep.
Nicritus? Yes,
Nicridius.
that's the name in my head as well. But I do believe that
It's on the list. I'm sorry, we just saved
were
their
they being,
city.
forcibly escorted, or
No. It looks like they were in a hurry to get somewhere. And the guard was making, like, in front of people, like pushing people to the side to make sure they cleared the way so they could quickly to get inside of the town
perhaps
hall.
our foot in with them could help us get information about Bryn Shander's state.
What do you do?
I'll meet up with you guys in an hour.
No, you stay with us.
Well,
We cannot split up with a dragon.
yes, where
Dragon's gone. It's too late for that.
could you be going right now? I'm afraid I must ask.
I'm going to find Ryan.
And Fang gets a smirk that probably nobody sees, but he says, "I believe him, and I say go."
Kai starts walking back towards the town square, where he last saw them.
You saw them kind of in the eastern part of the town square.
He's going to start looking for the heaviest, biggest footprints he can find.
Okay, you start doing that. What do the rest of you do?
Yeah,
Towards the town
for sure.
hall.
Well,
Yeah, Spitz is gonna
Yeah.
go along. She's still very concerned about the state of the Chardolin being around, but doesn't know what to do.
if they're having a town meeting, we can bring that up.
Yeah. I know, I'm just worried.
Okay, you get to the perimeter, and there's a a guard outside who looks like he's in charge. But he looks rather young and a little nervous looking. He's like, hello, I saw you fighting the dragon. Was that you who drove it off?
Yeah, yes, we're very important. Can you please let us in?
I'm sorry, there's been an incident. I can't let anybody in right now.
We are aware of the incident.
I'm not talking about the dragon.
What
what-
else could have possibly happened?
He looks at you, and he looks unsure, like he doesn't know if he should tell you or not.
Spitz is just gonna crack her knuckles.
Make
just look
an
at him.
intimidation check at advantage.
Great.
I was going to say, if it tracks up by going, look at that. Look at
They were both 16s. Plus 0.
Okay.
So 16.
He looks at you, and it kind of looks like a familiar look in his eye, like looking at you for a second, and like his eyebrow raises for a second. He kind of calms down a bit and says, there was an attempt on the life of our speaker, Speaker Duvessa. It was foiled by the sheriff and some passerbys, but
was it a Duragar?
a group of Duragar became invisible, but they're dealing with a situation inside right now. He kind of looks at all of you. It's like, well, you almost slew the dragon. I saw how wounded it was when it flew past.
Y'all, dude, we were so close.
I don't know if I could. I just don't know if I should let you in.
Look, we know local government. We can help. I'm sure we have a healer. I can do a little bit of healing.
And I'm an appointed deputy by another speaker, which
That's very
means
true.
a lot in
He
their
is-
town.
Local law enforcement.
Which town are you deputy of?
Oh, there are so many towns. Well, I guess not anymore.
Ouch.
Wasn't supposed to be a joke. There are fewer towns than there were, and I always forget. Donar's going to look back to the group, exhausted. Where was frickin' Trovis? Where was he?
Gerkonig.
And you just see
Kerkonig.
Oh yeah, Kirk Koenig. Oh, why your hands over your mouth, dude?
Speaker Trovis was killed by the dragon.
No, he was. Donaar looks back to the group. He wasn't. No, there's a lot of. And he looks back to the guy. There's no way he wasn't. He just kind of lost the great club inside. You see, is all it was.
The stories that we're hearing from survivors say that Trovis attacked the dragon, ran down the hill, met the dragon head on in single combat. The dragon knocked his sword away, and all he had was the great club. The dragon had him in its mouth and was raising him up to devour him when he struck the dragon in the side with the great clubs, striking underneath a broken scale and sending it away, saving the town. His broken body on the ground, and you see him kind of crying, and he looks at you and says, I guess that makes you sheriff now, deputy.
Donaar.
Bryn will
I'm so sorry.
take the great club out and give it to Donaar.
Donaar will quietly take that and put it back in its spot where it used to sit on his back, and he's going to look at the ground and say, "Fuck, dude, fuck."
And Fang will step forward with a hand on Donaar, and he says, "And as sheriff, he demands you let him through."
Yeah, as sheriff.
And with that, he
demand
steps to the side and says, I'm truly sorry, Sheriff Donaar.
I appreciate it, soldier. You've done a lot of good work today. And as Donaar moves forward, he's had the deputy, the badge, I guess, kind of hidden behind some folds of his robe because he wasn't sure how it would go over in different towns. But as we move forward, he moves the deputy badge onto a prominent place of his new armor, so visible to anyone who would see it.
They let you in, and they lead you up the steps into the town hall.
I'm sorry. As they lead them forward, one more thing. I would like to stay back for just a moment, and I'll say, First of all, thank you so much for your cooperation. Second of all, I couldn't help but notice that you called him sheriff. Question: according to the hierarchy, does that make him the speaker of Caer Konig?
Not
Okay.
necessarily. The sheriff in Tin Town's tradition, the sheriff can be the speaker, but usually it is two different roles.
Just thank you for clearing that up. Have a great night. Thanks, strolls in.
He tells you as you walk away. So usually the speaker is an elected position.
Yes, of course. Okay, bye.
You head inside. Kai, you're on the east side of the plaza. It's kind of like there's not as many people here now. I'd like you to make a tracking roll at disadvantage. There's so many people that came through here.
Yeah.
Oh, and Valen is with the main group, by the way.
That is a 5.
Man, put your D&D Beyond dice in jail.
Yep.
You think you see a couple of big footprints, but that you see 2 steps, and then it gets obliterated by a massive prints coming from in a one direction. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna walk a little bit further south since that's the direction they were heading in,
Mm-hmm.
and see if I can pick back up on it there.
Make another at disadvantage roll.
It's a 6.
Okay. You see one more large boot print. It looks like it's headed toward the town hall, but it's like facing toward town hall, but that's it.
Then Kyle just turn around and start heading back towards the group.
You see them as they're stepping up the steps, up into the town hall. And you see the militia kind of close in a ramp behind them as they go head inside and make the perimeter secure again.
Kai's going to approach the side of the building, or not the side, but the front of the building, but off to the side of the door,
Okay.
and is just going to sit cross-legged in the street, put his head down, and clench his hands together, folded in interlocked fingers, and just start meditating.
Inside, they lead you up to, there's like several people, looks like the captains of the militia. They're having meetings inside the main hall, right inside of the town hall. They take you to a back room, and inside you see there's Michonne and Copper Knobberknocker. I have to say the whole name. I don't know why I have to say the whole name, but I say
It's a
'Cause
great
it's a good name.
Is that Carbon Knocker?
And you see them attending this woman wearing purple and a fur collar, and she has a severe pained look in her face, and she has a wound. Bashan is like tending to the wound, and Copper Knobberknocker's like sitting there like he's like scratching his chin. He's like, come on. And you see her like just like breathing heavy. Standing next to her protectively is a black man, bald, goatee. And you see him, he has his sword sheathed. Behind them is Kai. I would like to go off headset for a second.
Let's go.
Great.
Behind him is, you see Ryan, and you
And
see
we don't know her, right?
you met. Well, some of you.
But we've
I
seen
do.
her.
In the last
see
town,
Ryan.
we were there for 12 hours waiting for the dragon.
And you also see this incredibly large man with shock of red hair, big beard, barrel-chested, large, and in the floor, like across the way, is this Duergar dead on the floor with this giant meat hook just buried. Like it's like a kind of like more like a hook, like a sharpened hook with a chain attached to it, and it's just buried in the chest of the Duergar.
Immediately upon seeing him, Trax is going to light up both of his arms with the lightning launcher,
Mhm.
like the electricity jolts
Yeah.
on, and he just points it right at him.
Okay. Meat Hook looks at you and recognizes you. Oh, this day has been quite glorious. Ha. Vulu, where have you been?
I told you. That's not who I am.
Donaar's going to step in front of Trax wordlessly.
And you see the sheriff step in between all of you and say, "No fighting here. There's been enough death today.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm going to keep the fighting to a minimum.
This man saved the life of the speaker. His name is McGregor."
Trax is just wide-eyed, locked right on him, not
You
moving.
see McGregor smiling at you, Vulu, at Trax.
The assassination attempt was made by this Duragar here.
There were 4 others. My name is Sheriff Markham Southwell, and I believe I saw you. I heard that you were fighting the dragon.
Yeah, Sheriff Donaar Dracodonian here, and these people are with me. We were fighting the dragon, and it soared off.
What are you sheriff of?
Kerkonig. Kerkonig.
I see.
I'm the sheriff of Kerkonig. And maybe also interim speaker. I did not get the information packet. I expect it in the mail.
The sheriff says, "My condolences, Sheriff Donaar. I see your deputy badge. Trovis was quite entertaining, but he was a brave soul."
Yeah, freaking sounds like it. Donaar's going to drop his guard a little bit. It sounds like his last moments were maybe some of the most important things he ever did.
He takes you to the side. He actually kind of you see Ryan, who's been observing you all very, very cautiously, and kind of you see Meat Hook being hovering over her shoulder very protectively. And the sheriff takes you to the side and says, "We have a few of the surviving speakers in town. We're going to have a meeting of the speakers here in a few hours. I think it very important that all of you attend. There's much to be discussed. Plus, we need to find out what happened to that dragon. It is word is that you drove it off."
Yeah, it looked to me like it was heading back down towards the south. And that maybe we have a pause in the path of destruction. Hopefully. Frickin', I don't know.
Reports are it was quite damaged. It looks like you nearly took it down.
Yeah, frickin' so close, dude.
You hear the speaker, Duvessa, kind of moan and grit her teeth. And you hear Michonne say, "Just calm down, calm down. It'll hurt less once I finish." And you see Knobberknocker come over to all of you and say, "Well, it's good to see you again. I know this may not be the time, but were you able to get up to the Black Cabin?"
No, we weren't able to check on your friend.
We had so much going on, dude.
I
I'm
understand.
sorry.
I understand completely, but
well, it's on the list. We will get to it. I promise.
Please let me know, because it's very important that we find out if he's okay. Especially
we'll bump it up. We'll bump it up on the list.
Thank you.
Donaar's going to approach cautiously with no intent. Michonne and the speaker of Bryn Shander, was it, who's injured?
Yes, Duvessa.
And extend a green scaly hand and say, if I may be of assistance, and add in cure wounds, saying Smoky Sven, Smoky Vera.
Yeah, she had to it looks like, looking at it, it looks like Michonne was casting some restoration spells on her. And
gotcha.
And now the cure light will definitely help.
If it helps, that's 6 HP, but
every little bit, yes. And she kind of stands up, looks at you, Fang, comes over. It kind of looks like almost like she's looking directly into your soul, Fang, and says, "I see you took the words in that book to heart."
Yes, I suppose I must project quite a different visage than I once did.
You seem more at peace, despite our surroundings.
And I have you to thank for that. If we are to be surrounded by such chaos, you have no idea how grateful I am to have inner peace.
If there's anything I can do for your adventuring group, please come to the House of the Morning Lord. You may rest there tonight if you wish, if you need a place to stay.
Thank you. You've proven a sanctuary before, and We greatly appreciate it. We very well might take you up on that.
Lathander's light, bless you. And she goes back to tending to the speaker. You see Meat Hook, who has not taken his eyes off of Trax.
Likewise.
But he hasn't said anything else.
Who is this man, Trax?
This man runs the gang that Vulu was indebted to. When Vulu took my body, he sold me back to the gang. I think this one personally gave me a few beatings.
What do we do with him?
I'm not sure. I think we see what he's doing here.
That is just what I was thinking, actually. And Fang steps forward with Donaar and says, "You valiantly seem to have saved this speaker's life. Is that your meat hook? That's nice work. My question is, I am made to understand that the Durgar entered the building invisibly. How were you here? How were you just so heroic at the right time?"
I was trying to set up a meeting with the speaker to see how my organization can aid Bryn Shander in its time of need in all of the 10 towns.
Sight check.
And he looks over at Trax. Yeah, make an insight check.
Yeah.
Ned, dragon
Yeah.
fight?
Damn, 9.
16 for Trax.
14.
That's a 4 for the sheriff.
9.
11.
He seems like he's speaking the truth, but there are many layers to what he is saying. Who rolled? Who's the highest?
Trax.
I think it was me.
The
16.
14.
both of you.
By some sort of means of blackmail, perhaps. What was in it for you to do the simple job of protecting a town?
The sheriff, Markham, says, "We need to take this else. If we need to break out into an argument in these dark times, wait until the meeting hall."
Sheriff, there will be no fighting in this room. We will keep this at a nice discussion. There's been too much bloodshed. One sheriff to another.
Please leave now.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know.
Sounds
It's-
good. Trax, you want to ride?
Yes.
That was well handled,
Thank you, dude.
Trax, you see, as you're starting to leave, you see McGregor walk over to the body of the Duragar, reach down, and just like pick up the meat hook, which is buried into the chest of the Duragar. The body lift up and kind of slowly slide off and foomp onto the ground. And you see him just kind of wipe it off, as you've seen him do many times before.
I hate that guy.
I don't like him either.
I'm interested in that weapon.
I feel like I haven't been free of his grasp long. I can't imagine he's all of a sudden become so altruistic that he's decided to come up to 10 towns to start a little charity.
Yeah, dude, there's something in it for him for sure.
And we have sanctuary.
But best if we keep it.
Are you leaving?
Yeah, I thought this was on the
Okay,
way out.
yeah, on the way out. Just making sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in front of him, like, oh, yeah.
Oh, meat hook.
Is his name Meat Hook?
He uses the meat hook. McGregor, that's all I know. I don't know.
Kai, you see as you're meditating, you sense and hear, actually, because they're talking, and you see them come out of the town hall.
Just my crew.
Just your crew, nobody else.
I'm just gonna peek open an eye at him.
You see them. Trax looks upset. No insight roll needed. Angry, actually. Yeah.
Fucking
Then I'm gonna
Dipshit.
stand up. So?
troglodyte dick. You were looking for Ryan, weren't you?
Yeah.
She's fine, relative terms. She's in there with McGregor.
So they didn't leave.
Seems like they're sticking around.
Bring his services to the town.
He did save the speaker's life from some Duragar who were invisible, sneaking around. So I know this is not a good dude. Donaar puts his hands up diplomatically. I know we're not a fan of this guy, but today it seems like he's done one good thing to get in their good graces. I'm not going to trust him,
No.
but just letting you know what's happened. Also, Travis is dead.
Anything he did was opportunistic.
Yes, he.
Yeah, all right.
Donaar, if there's anything we can do.
I haven't processed it, being fully transparent. I think I'm going to laugh about it and then cry later. I'll let you know.
It sounds
I got
like that's
some
on
hard
Patio.
tack.
I'll let you know, Spitz, dude. Thank you.
Okay, sounds good.
Just trying to focus on things, Kai. There's a meeting tonight, like kind of a roundtable community discussion amongst the surviving speakers who can make it here. And since I'm freaking by proxy speaker at Caer Konig at the moment, we're going to go as a group and hear out and make a plan going forward. And I imagine this dude's going to be there since they trust him for like the next hour or so.
They won't let me in.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Why?
he killed a person.
Well,
Okay,
Yore killed a person, did he not?
that'll do it.
Will they recognize you?
Maybe in these clothes.
We can.
We could get you into some fresh ones. I know there's not like a tailor around, but there's got to be something we could fashion something out of.
I'm just gonna
'Cause you gotta be there.
look for a cloak with a big hood that can cover my face and cover up all my clothes.
We have.
You can find one pretty easy, actually.
We have lodgings tonight.
I'm not gonna try and pay for it. I'm just gonna take one from somewhere.
You can find, like, looking around, it takes you a while, but actually there's a couple of corpses that have left their heavy winter clothing.
Just gonna pull one off of one, not even thinking twice about it.
Okay.
While we're scavenging, Donaar's going to look around to supplement his arrows if he could find a handful of intact ones.
You can find enough just looking around. You've got enough time.
Awesome.
It's about the middle of the afternoon. You've got a few hours until the meeting.
Look, while we're here as a group, if I can speculate, it seems like this dragon, as an automaton, had instructions if it reached a certain level of damage was to head back to its home to, I'm assuming, receive repairs, right? So I feel like this dragon lost so much of the Chardolin that probably bought us at least a few days. I can't imagine that he will quickly repair this. So I have a proposition. And he's going to reach into his armor and he's going to pull out the amulet. And he's going to say, with Valin and her dog sleds, we might be able to reach this shield guardian and bring it with us when we counterattack. I'm attuned to it. I know that it is damaged, but still functionable if I can get wherever it is.
Can it fly?
I don't know.
If it can, it's not worth it.
If it can or can't.
Can't.
No, but I'm saying we attack the fortress with it.
Do you know?
If my experience of
Not a bad
shield
plan.
guardians, it's a huge construct.
Spitz, you know from patrolling, that southern area of the tundra, that particular mountain, every once in a while you would see great big gouts of black smoke as if almost they had a forge in the mountain.
I know that I've seen something that looks a bit like a forge in the mountain in all of the time that I've spent out there. So I could probably find the fortress again.
All I'm saying could be beneficial.
I personally think it's a great idea to bring the fight to them.
That's what I'm
Do you
thinking.
know which direction the shield guardian is currently stationed?
And he's gonna kind of feel it out. He's gonna say, "Hey, it's southwest, right?"
Now that you've had time to kind of like think about it, it gives you kind of a direction, right? And sort of how many miles away.
It'll tell me its location.
Is everybody on? Can everybody see the Icewind Dale map now?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Zoom out all the way.
Oh, zoom too far. Okay.
You see it?
Right.
All the
Over
way,
here.
like all the way
Way
west.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
How far southwest?
So do we really think we've got time to get that and transport it all the way to the fortress before that dragon's on its way again?
I don't think that dragon's going anywhere anytime soon. It took him months to get that much Shardolin to build it. I'm assuming.
And it lost a lot.
And
over
it
the
lost
last-
a lot. I think we might even have a week before it even can fly again.
Even if
was
it's tomorrow,
falling
dude,
apart.
it's worth the shot to have reinforcements. We saw how close we got with a lot of lives lost, sure, but enough defense to help us
And now
through the next.
the towns that remain know of the dragon.
Right, and they can be better prepared.
And you expect me to leave that maniac in control of this city?
Some of that might be ironed out tonight at this meeting, because I know that is not something that you would want to do, and I wouldn't want to put you in that position, bro. So if we can kind of suss that out and let them know ahead of time what they've got on their hands, that might, two birds the situation.
Here's what we do. We get the Shield Guardian, we go and we kick the Durgar ass, we bring him back, Shield Guardian kicks McGregor's ass.
That
And
sounds
we
great.
watch with popcorn.
Oh, I'd love that.
Oh, I got a good recipe for a spice blend, dude. I'll tell you later.
Oh, I'm in.
Can I have some?
It all
Yeah, no,
sounds
I-
so easy.
Dude, it's not going to be. I don't think
Oh,
a
it
single
never
one
is.
of us is under any false pretenses thinking that it's going to be just a freaking breeze. Clearly, as Donaar waves an arm to all the destruction, so much of this was beyond what we expected. As it'll be tonight, as it'll be with the maniac in this town. But we gotta pull up our bootstraps, tighten them a little bit, and frickin' face it head on, knowing that it's not gonna be easy. Otherwise, why frickin' do it in the first place?
Sheriff Donaar. Very nice.
Listen,
I'm impressed.
thanks, dude. I'm trying. It's good to know.
If we take what we know from what we've done with fighting, we're pretty shit at fighting it when it's flying, and we cannot catch up to it. So I do think it's best to take whatever strength we can to them and kick their arses.
I'm all about that.
I'm not going unless he goes.
Let's make
He's
sure.
got a big pointy thing. He can come kill the dragon too.
He has.
I'm
no
sorry. I don't
reasons
want
here.
to. I don't want to twiddle my thumbs in Targos if he decides that he's gonna check out a hotel room for a week.
Would you rather do nothing, Kai?
He is building something different from.
Everything I have done, every life I have taken, has been to give me this opportunity.
What opportunity?
That's the man that killed me the first time.
The first time?
The first time.
The first time.
You see, the temple was a bit of a rare case for me. I was one of the only people to be brought in twice.
I noticed that. I thought you just got bored.
No. When I came to the 10 Towns, when I joined the Zentarum, when I made a deal with the Thieves Guild to give the Shardolin to them, when I killed that town speaker candidate, all of it was to drive him out of whatever hole he was hiding in. I saw him before that meeting, and I was ready to let him go so we could stop that dragon. I walked away. I had faith I'd find him again because I knew Rime was with him. But I could have turned my back on you all again, just for the chance to come face to face with him.
And you didn't.
You're right.
So thank you for that, dude.
Right now, the people of Targos view him as a hero. He saved their speaker.
We're in Bryn Shander.
In Bryn Shander, that's where we are. We're back at Bryn Shander. Right now, let me start that over. Right now, the
It's
people
okay.
of Bryn Shander see him as a hero. He saved their town's speaker.
And you are a murderer to them.
So one more life won't matter
We cannot tip our hand.
Tell me, you know him. Give that man a week in this city. You can bring 1,000 shield guardians back. You know he'll have the whole town on his side by then. And then, what? We're all gonna be criminals? Well, if you try to take him down, how would you not be? He's the hero of Bryn Shander.
Believe you are not giving the people of Bryn Shander enough credit to say that they would blindly follow anybody.
Which is why we can use the roundtable discussion tonight to our advantage.
Exactly.
To expose him for who he truly is, give them a chance to stop trusting him, Kai, because none of us do. We're with you on that. I don't want to speak for everyone.
It should be fairly easy.
How well do you guys know him?
His name is Meat
It's
Hook.
Kai.
His name is
Tell
Meat
him.
Hook.
His name
He's not a butcher. Well, he is.
Kai, the thing is, dude, we don't know a thing about him, but we have time. So what we can do, because we got a rest, you can tell him everything you can tell us, rather, everything we need to know, and then we can spend that roundtable discussion frickin' picking him apart, so you don't have to choose between nothing and nothing. Everyone's gonna be on your side, and we'll be right there with you. Don't give him a week, give him at max a couple hours. So we're better armed, and we can all take him down with the survivors and the other speakers and every frickin' soldier who's armed and ready.
We'll see.
Those are the words of a sheriff.
I thought you were going to say chef. Because I'm
A
just...
chef?
Chef
Right.
too. Is that a new thing?
A chef,
I didn't know
a
about
chef.
that.
Chef.
Wait, hold on. You didn't know that I... Wait.
Hello?
Donaar's
I've
gonna...
only known you for like 20 hours, not even a full day.
Bro, Spets, when we have a chance, I'm going to cook you whatever meal you want. We can talk about potatoes as long as you desire.
That sounds great.
It's very good. He has a frying pan that is literally magical.
Yeah, it's the whole thing.
Kai is just already beside himself at the fact that it turned so funny so fast.
A little bit of levity, dude. Donaar's going to notice that for like 15 seconds. And then we can turn it back. We got a rest.
Kai just shakes his head.
So, okay, alright then. What would be the plan to take him on 1v1?
Yes.
No, I'm not an idiot.
I didn't think you were, Kai. I just want to know what's going on in your head. What is the plan?
But what I'm telling you is, do not underestimate this man.
I don't.
He killed me when I was at my best. I'm half of what I used to be. And I wasn't alone then either.
So what do you think would be the best plan of attack? Open-ended question. No thoughts on my end. Shoot.
We can try to expose him, but we have no proof. The only one who can speak against him would be Trax or Ryan.
And you hear a voice coming from a little ways away, because you've been talking in the street. You never said you were going somewhere.
No, we didn't.
Yeah,
And you hear a voice go, or you could get someone on the inside, on our side, and you turn around and Scath is standing there.
Oh, no way. It's... Y'all remember Scath? What's up, dude?
From a few hours ago, yes, hello.
Hello.
been meaning to talk to you.
I need to talk to you, but I don't want to take you by yourself. I need all of you.
What's up?
When's
the
Fang
meeting?
very loudly says, "We can speak at the Temple of the Morning Lord."
That's a good idea.
Vlyn says, if you want to take the dog sleds, I've got a place here. And she scribbles down an address. I'll be staying here. I've got some things stashed away there. It's where I do my research, but the dog sleds are yours to use. If you need to use the kobolds, you can use those as well. I can loan out a few.
We might be taking you up on that.
Come find me when the time comes. The dog sleds are yours to use.
Thank you for all your help. As a young boy, I never expected our paths to cross in such a way.
Long Saddle is near and dear to my heart, and I hope it is to yours as well.
Always and forever. Thank you.
If you do not come back to find me, I'll be finding you once this nonsense is over. We have work to do.
We owe you, that's for sure. The entire region owes you.
It'll hopefully make my job much easier then. Well met, and good luck at the meeting.
Thank you.
And you see her walk away. Scath says, well, this will be the first time I've been in a church in decades.
Fang is leading the way.
It's a good thing you were immune to fire, right?
Well, us tieflings have a little kind of ability, you burn us, we burn you back. To the house of the Morning Lord?
I'll lead the way.
Let's go.
Hey, I'm not from Bryn Shander. I don't know where.
Friggin' right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was heading this way.
You take the dog sled, so the streets are a lot less crowded now. Most of the damage of the city is like to the north. There's maybe like 40 or 50 buildings that got destroyed. The north look, the inn where the Iron Chef competition took place, was spared.
Oh, thank freaking Torm.
So you take off to the northeast and to this modest converted house. And you see the symbol of the Morning Lord has been put on a plaque that hangs above the entrance of the door. Big sun radiating out, carved into the wood. Scath kind of like doesn't really say much during the journey, but he does kind of scan the sky every once in a while, looking up. And you arrive at the temple.
Fang will be the first one in. He'll open the door.
Okay. Copper. It's like, oh, it's you again. Michonne, they're back. She's like, is the food ready? I knew they would be here. I want to make sure that they're well fed. She's like, I've got the food on the stove. It's cooking. I will have it done. It's like, come in.
Frustrating, right? As Donaar walks in when you got guests coming and like, it's
very little notice. Very little notice.
Yeah, we've been busy today.
She told me to tell you to sit down. Hello, Captain. And he tells you to sit down. Like there's like chairs actually been pulled into the main area, kind of the worship area, off the front doors. And he goes back into the kitchen. Michonne comes out.
Fang yells out at Copper as he walks away, just thank you for your hospitality.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm gonna see you. Michonne comes out and she says, just so you know, Speaker Duvessa is feeling much, much better. She managed to survive the attack and was only like, she was poisoned and managed to take care of that quite quickly, though. How are you all doing? Do you need anything from me?
I think what we need now is rest. We could use some privacy, if I may ask it of you. I apologize. I'm grateful for your hospitality, of course, but we do have important matters to discuss.
The east wing of the kitchen is to the west, and her quarters is to the west. And you know from before that Copper lives in the attic of the temple, and it's like, we have a private worship area to the east. If you'd like to step in there, I have sleeping bags and cots set up for all of you.
Thank you very much. Very nice.
Wow.
Also, you said poisoned?
Yes, the speaker was poisoned, yes.
Do we know, can Duragar do that? Is that a common thing?
Well, I don't know much about Duragar, but I know that anybody who has poison was able to.
That's true. Okay, thank you. Just gotta take a note of that.
Do I know you, Miss?
Hello. My name is Spitz. You may have heard of me. I'm the bear lady, but not the bear lady.
My name is Mishan of Lathander. Lathander's light upon you.
Uh, thanks. And you too.
And she says, if you need anything, and she hands Fang this bell, please ring it. Copper will come a-running.
We're grateful.
Heads back into her chambers.
I will motion eastward into the worship domain.
Scath kind of looks at his arm. She's like, look, no flames.
So far, I'm gonna keep my distance, though.
You head into the room. It actually has a lock on the door. The windows are boarded up, but they can be windows that would let in lots of light if it were sunny outside. But they're all boarded up with like little metal clasps, 2 of them on each window. And you see lots of blankets, comfortable beds, and there's a fireplace in here which has been stoked, and there's like lots of wood next to the fireplace.
Oh,
so
sweet.
It's warm in here. Scath kind of like, oh, it's comfy in here. So, Kai, what did you want to say to me?
How long have you been in bed with him?
You know as well as anybody that you keep your enemies close. The speaker, Maxwell Donaar, is the head of this Zentarum here in Icewind Dale. I am his lieutenant, and we have feelers and men in all of the Tin Town. Fewer now, of course. We don't know who has survived. The Juggernaut was sent up here in search of magical artifacts. They heard that the host Herald of the Arcane had sent some mages up here looking for some ancient artifacts, and the Juggernaut wanted in on it. And the speaker made a deal with him. We told the Juggernaut that they could be a Zentarum cell in the north, and we would take them under our wing. However, we know of the atrocities the Juggernaut accomplished in Luskan. Ryan is on our side. She is my spy. She is keeping a close watch on McGregor. I need her in play. She has to keep close to him. She can let us know at any moment. She has a sending stone. I have its pair. She can let us know at any moment as to what that monster is up to.
Have they found any artifacts yet?
No. They thought the Shardlin was related. Apparently the Duragar is a completely different matter. I don't know anything about any other artifacts. We've kept our ear to the ground, but all we know are that people are searching for clues as with the location of these ancient magic items.
Where's the Fang?
The Fang? Andre? I refuse to call him that. There's only one Fang in the Dale, and you're looking at him. And he looks over at Fang. Hey, I've been keeping track of your exploits. You've done the Dale great service. The Zentarum are trying to increase their influence in the Dale, but we are no murderers. We just want to get paid.
Well, he's making his play now.
What'd he do?
He's not hidden anymore.
I haven't had a report from Ryan yet.
My friends tell me he's now a hero of Bryn Shander.
Well, fuck. What'd he do?
Donaar's gonna clear his throat and say, during the fray earlier, he did save the life of the town speaker and is revealed as a hero. That is correct.
Oh, that's fucking nonsense if I've ever heard it.
Just the whole poison thing. That seems real fishy too.
It's very convenient.
Why was she poisoned? That doesn't have anything to do with Duragar as far as I know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Duragar, they revere magic and things of the Underdark, and their
Poison is an assassin's weapon.
poison is an assassin's weapon.
So we at least have a testimony to that. That's all I had to say.
It's very...
Sus, if you will.
the evidence, it's very sus.
Agreed. He may have saved the speaker, but we saved the town. They saw that. Why would they follow this man if we say otherwise.
You also saved Targos. You've also saved East Haven. I don't know about any of the other towns. Were you able to make it to any of the other towns?
We got word there.
No, we got word out at least to. I've forgotten the town names.
Oh, happens to me all the time.
Tourmaline, Lonelywood.
Carradine
Yes.
of all.
What I mean is, one man's seemingly good deed may mean nothing to them compared to others.
We're kind of a big deal around here.
Ha! Ha! Ha!
You laugh, but we're getting some pretty good renown.
When I first met you all, I knew that you would be a big deal. That's why I made a deal with Kai. I had to rope him in. If he was going to be an enemy, I wanted him close. But a friend.
And I wanted to be friends with you because somehow I knew you'd be my ticket to him.
He reaches into his pack and pulls out a bottle of ale that he obviously stole from the Luskan Arms and pops it open. Pulls out some glasses and starts pouring for everybody. They still let you drink in church?
They'll probably let us do anything we want in here, honestly, after the day.
They just call it communion.
Oh, that's right.
As Fang will take a seat, he's been near the fireplace this whole time, just kind of thinking, and he'll say, Scat, if we, hypothetically speaking, were to need to leave town in order to gather reinforcements, so to speak, what protection could the Zentarum provide Bryn Shander from McGregor or from the Juggernaut while we are gone?
Right now, McGregor is trying to position himself to greater things. It's also what is the overarching goal of the Zentarum. That's what we tried to do in Goodmead until Kai killed one of the candidates that we were just going to beat fair and square with a good disinformation campaign.
You told me to make it happen.
I said take care of it. I didn't say kill someone.
Made a quick judgment call.
You do got to do what you got to do. He takes a drink of ale.
So should we leave, are you able to keep him on a leash?
Right now, it's a game of dragon chess. We have enough pieces in play. We can move against him. It may not stop him, but it would put our pieces at risk. I believe he has pieces in play that we don't know about. But right now, he's pretending to work with us.
If he's out in the open, it's not because he was forced there. We may have tales of all our good deeds and reputation as heroes of towns, but that's not going to weigh much if he's out. Because if he's out, he planned it.
We can plan as well. I would rather defeat a dragon and then a tyrant than fight the two at the same time.
You think the dragon can come back? Do you think it can be repaired?
They made it, did they? They could fix it.
It could take a while, though. Trax is talking about, what'd you say, Trax, like a week, maybe?
I don't know, that was just a layman's guess, but I'm assuming that there's no way that he could quickly gather enough Chardolin and put it back on this thing. It would at least take days.
So we got days.
And we will be walking into an army of Duragar on top of the reinforced dragon.
I think the 6 of you. I haven't seen you fight, miss. You look strong enough.
Just wait, dude.
Lady alert. She kicks ass.
Spitch just bares her fangs a little bit.
Are you related to...
No, it's a different thing.
Why do people keep thinking that you're... Never mind.
We'll talk about it at some point. It's not important right now.
He finishes his drink and says, the speaker of Targos will be at the meeting. I will not, but I will be keeping close tabs.
Scath, you got any advice for us going into this meeting? Is there any possible way we could gain some kind of edge on this dude tonight? It's through word of mouth and discussion alone.
I think you just have to get the speakers on your side.
All right. I'll do what I can.
The speakers, these meetings are quite useless. Usually, Duvessa is the one who tells the other towns what to do, and they'll do it if they feel like doing it. The towns are just too proud for anything more. However, this is the time the towns have to come together to survive. From what I know, and I have to look this up real quick because I made a list of the losses. What I've heard is that Dugan's Hole, Goodmead, Lonelywood, and Bremen were completely wiped. Every building has been razed to the ground.
Oh, fuck.
With that, Fang shoots up from his sitting position
Oh, I'm not even done yet.
and just kind of inadvertently. But in that list, Fang gets up again and he can't sit anymore.
Caer Denival was mostly destroyed. The dragon was driven off somehow. The Caer was untouched. Tourmaline took some losses. Not every building was destroyed. Bremen was razed to the ground, and we know what happened at Bremen. We all saw it. Those poor souls at the bottom of the lake.
Hey, Donaar.
Oh, what's up, Kai?
How long since you heard from the squids?
After we cut ties with them and finished the thing, we were gonna. Donaar looks to Trax. We were gonna. What did we?
We got them the Psi Crystal.
We got them to sign, and after that, I don't hear from them again.
Maybe they made it.
Maybe they did, dude.
Fang has gone back to the fireplace and he's not really looking anymore. He says, at the group, I should say, and but he says out loud that I've kept quiet about this for some time, but the matter is pressing me, and with the knowledge that Lonelywood has been decimated, I can keep quiet no longer. And he turns around and he says, Trax, I know that you have a long journey to find that shield guardian, but I don't know if I can delay any further my uniting with our friend, the mummy, who is looking for my mother's ring. I feel that it can be very helpful to me and to us in some capacity, and I have a strong feeling that it is deeply connected to the Rime, as are my parents. If Lonelywood has been crushed, I think perhaps that there is a chance that the small cabin outside the lake, and maybe the lake itself, has been untouched. There is no guarantee that the mummy is still there looking, but I simply have to check. I don't know what the timing is of this. I do not know. I will go myself, but I feel that I must check sooner rather than later.
Fang, someone will go with you, dude. We got your back in this too.
I understand that there are bigger fish to fry right now, and I that is why I have kept silent for so long. But with this dragon wreaking so much havoc and hearing at least 4 towns have been brought to their knees, I worry more and more about the safety of my parents and the trajectory of our journey and my purpose of being here at all.
Yeah, so Scath says, I need to be going. I have too many pieces in play right now, and I can't be gone for long.
Is there any way you can stay in contact with me?
I have my only sending stone I have. Ryan has the other pair. You can send a snake.
Gotcha.
It's a little bit longer, especially since so many of our operatives are scattered. Usually a snake would have, if you send a snake, it would have stop at different locations throughout the 10 towns and get messages faster that way, but it would be much more difficult. But if you can send a snake directly, they'll find me.
If he so much as blinks in her direction, you let me know as fast as you can.
I will. Ryan is actually, I'm scared for her. She's playing a dangerous game.
I know it. And he'll kind of turn from Scath and just scan over the party, not really looking and locking eyes, but everyone knows they've kind of been looked at as he just drifts his head away.
Scath finishes his ale, stands up. I'll be heading back to Targos after I deal with some things. Make sure the town is safe.
Scath, I think you're kind of a shithead, but take care of yourself.
He reaches over and just kind of flicks your ear.
Mm.
Point!
I deserve that.
You always deserve it. Then he stands up, walks out.
When is this meeting?
My question exactly.
Who was it who told you about it? It was the
sheriff of...
The sheriff, Markham.
Sheriff.
Markham. Sheriff Markham told you it was in the evening, so probably 8 bells. There's a council hall that's not the town hall where they have the meetings. It's empty, other than it's south of the city. That's where all the meetings take place. It'll probably be more heavily attended. Usually, it's just the speakers, and with if the sheriffs come with them as their second. So, would you like to go? What would you like preparations? Would you like to make?
What
time is it now? How? Yeah.
It's late afternoon. You've got about 3 or 4 hours. It's been 4 hours since the dragon left Bryn Shander. It's about 3 hours until the meeting.
So Donaar, after not being able to meet Kai's gaze, will turn a head towards him and say, "All right, dude, we got a couple hours. I'll take notes. Tell me everything you can. I assume if you didn't want to speak up, if you're hiding, and I'm gonna trumpet for us. What do I need to know?"
The problem is there's not much that can be proven.
Right. A lot of shadowy, dark stuff.
The shadows cling to him.
Gross.
That's what's so scary about the fact that he's out in the open now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, we need something to work with.
The poison theory is a good idea. Spits. I mean, we could court of law this situation.
All we need to do is raise doubt. We don't need to prove anything. As long as the people won't blindly follow him like Kai is concerned about, then I believe that's all we need for now.
What if we just get him to do it to himself? If he's there and I feign interest, just frickin' pepper him with questions.
Just ask him about his time in Luskin.
You got it, dude.
We're getting somewhere.
He'll probably just say he's a entrepreneur.
So we press.
Yeah, he works from home. Kai, any specific names? Any specific places? I went to freaking first grade with Meat Hook. How's he doing?
Ask him what the origins of the Juggernaut were.
Do you think he will give up that information voluntarily? Hi, my name's McGregor, I'm Juggernaut? Or I've heard about Juggernaut, can you tell me about him?
Just ask.
Alright, bro. Donaar's writing this down, and he's gonna look up and say, and then another round of waters for the table.
No.
I think that you have to be prepared for several of the speakers to perhaps attempt to divert the conversation. This meeting tonight is not a trial of McGregor. Tonight is to discuss the dragon and to discuss the future of 10 towns, and by these speakers, that is going to be the most important object at hand to discuss.
Fang has a good point.
I do not know that tonight will be the night that we are able to cast doubt, but I do think that we can use this to see what his hopes are and where his claws seem to be dug in the deepest.
Perhaps we...
Which speakers does he seem to have control over? Who is sold on him and whatnot? I think that we can read the room in addition to reading him.
And there may be something to ignoring him, making him smaller in the room.
Making him out we shouldn't put all of our trust in this one guy.
Exactly.
Don't give him the chance to deceive.
All right.
Cast doubt and move on.
Good luck.
Thanks, dude.
Anything else you want to do in these few hours before the council of speakers?
It's still blizzarding, right?
Yeah, it's still snowing. Heavy.
Trax is going to take his
Bryn-
armor off and fix the hole in the back. Just occasionally glancing up at Fang.
As Brune is watching like Donaar like go through his notes and like prepare like it's a courtroom session almost. He's gonna go sit next to him and just I'm extremely impressed in how quickly and competently you have taken your new role as sheriff. And he'll like kind of tap at his little badge.
Oh, thanks, dude. I'm trying not to think about it too hard because if I think about all the responsibility, I'm gonna pee myself.
You are right.
But
It takes
no, you go.
it takes courage to grow up and be who you will become, Donaar, and I believe you are on that path. And with that, Ron, if you'll allow me, I got inspiration a few sessions ago, and I would like to gift that inspiration to Paul.
You can do that. Yes.
Let's
That is
go.
something you can do.
Nice.
Aw.
You know what,
Nice.
Brune? I feel inspired. No, but I appreciate what you're saying, dude, because, like, I started this whole thing because I made a huge mistake that affected a lot of people in a really, really shitty kind of way. I've been grasping at straws trying to find responsibility, and here it is in my freaking lap. So, it's nice to know it's getting received well, and here's hoping I'll be able to keep it up, keep my wits about me.
Your confidence is admirable.
Thanks, dude. It's like right on the brink. It's like, you ever played Jenga? It's kind of like Jenga.
I'm very good.
I'm not familiar with Jenga.
Oh, Trax, it's all about like building stuff and like making sure that it doesn't fall over. I think you
would
love
hate
Jenga.
to play Jenga with Trax.
I would love to play
All
Jenga with
day.
Trax.
Trax is the same height as the Jenga tower.
I'd have to use 2 hands. If we come across any of the Jenga,
Oh,
We'll
we'll play. I'll play over some beers. It'll be a good time.
The Jenga knot. Fang approaches Donaar and Brune and he says, I cannot help but focus on the fact that Scat said it's not uncommon for the speakers to bring a +1 or a sheriff as their number 2. Would it not be probably in our best interests to have Spitz be your number 2, considering number 1, her size and intimidation, and number 2, the fact that everywhere we go in Icewind Dale, not only do people know her, but they react quite positively to her, which people know us, but it is not always in a positive light. And Fang quickly glances over at Trax and right back at Donaar. And
I'm not even going to argue there.
and he says, and he looks at Spitz. He says, if that is something you would be interested in, of course.
And truly, I got the opportunity to say this to Trax earlier when we were on the sleds together, but I think of the folks of the towns as people I want to protect, because I love Icewind Dale. It's a special thing, so it would be my honour to do so. I know at least a few. I'm quite friends with Ron. What is the name of the Speaker of Dugan's Hole?
Speaker of Dugan's Hole is
The grumbly one! Spitz is gonna love her.
Dugan's Hole!
Yeah, what was her name?
Dugan's Hole!
Speaker Dermute. Dermute.
That's a
Wonderful.
grumbly name for sure.
Speaker Dermute,
Oh, right.
I got to know her. I spent a lot of time in Dugan's Hole, so it would be an honour. Thank you, Fang.
Now, there is a chance that they won't go for that, because I don't know who from freaking Karakonig is coming already, but if it's just me, Spitz, consider yourself deputized. Because I guess I've got the authority to do that. I don't know. Once again, I'm waiting for the packet in the mail, dude. Like, I don't know my job. But consider yourself.
Deputy Spitz!
It's only about an hour until the meeting. You get on the dog sleds and you travel down south. You have to travel the entire way through the city. You see several people have, like hundreds actually, are surrounding the council hall, silently holding like torches or candles, sitting and muttering, praying silently, just grieving basically. You see people, a few people going in. They've got guards in front of the council hall. You see Ryan and McGregor go inside. You see Speaker Dermute off at a distance going inside as you approach. You hear this voice coming from behind you saying, I wish I'd brought my cookies. And you see this little elderly halfling woman kind of bundle up. She's got a broken arm. She comes up and like gives the biggest hug to all of you.
Oh, thank God.
And you see a little bush roll up behind her.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like, hello. I heard you saved the towns. It was you who sent the message, wasn't it?
Russell, hello.
I'm Russell. Hi, I'm a shrub.
We've met.
Oh, we'll never forget you, dude.
Russell! Oh, you're majestic.
Oh, nice to meet you, little lady. Who are you?
Oh, little lady, I don't get called that very often. My name is Spitz. I help send
I'm Russell. I'm a shrub. Would you like a berry?
I would love a berry.
They're good berries. I made pancakes with them.
Yeah, pretty good.
I can give you some more berries if you want.
Dude, and I'll give you pancakes unless that's cannibalism.
It's not.
Oh, good.
She says, Speaker Nimsy says, we have to go inside. Please, Russell, hurry. And she looks at the star that's on your chest. It says, see you inside, Donaar.
Donaar's going to nod and say, I'll see you there.
And that's where we're going to end for the evening. Please subscribe and leave us a review on Podchaser or Apple Podcasts and share us with all your friends. Follow us on Twitter at Severed Sons DND. Join the Discord. Join our Patreon. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast, D&D Beyond, Roll20, and thank you to Syrinscape, Andrei Sitkoff, and to Monument Studios for the amazing sound effects and music. Stay frosty!
Woo.